The Druid is a conduit for Mother Nature's wrath.
You have all of this druidic power within you. You are completely this otherworldly creature.
People are animals. You're an animal. And when you fight with tooth and claw, you are behaving just as nature intended. When I say Druid, that fantasy is already in the public consciousness. You start getting these pictures in your mind, some based on history, some based on other games you've played, some based on past Diablo games.
And for many of our players, including myself, the Druid is so nostalgic.
The visuals, the noises, you know, this use of specific like animal markings that we're all familiar with, the paw prints, the horns, everything else. I think that just makes the fantasy hit a lot harder for people. But it also means that people have high expectations for what they want a Druid to be.
We had to figure out how to do the Druid better, cooler, and more unique than anything we've done in the past.
Even though we want to design our Druid to be something unique to Diablo Immortal, at the same time, we want our Druid to also call back to Diablo 2 and Diablo 4, so everything visually feels consistent.
What makes this Druid different but the same?
We took the lessons that D4 had learned after their release, and it inspired us to make our own version of the Druid that we knew would be iconic and really have a place among the best Druids in Diablo.
While we want to try to push the envelope on doing something brand new and not be derivative and try to just recreate what's been done in the past, we also have to figure out what makes the Druid work. And that's a big challenge.
First, it's defining those kind of tent poles. It's saying, well, for the Druid, the big things are transformation, shape-shifting, being able to turn into different animal forms. It's summons, being able to summon wild animals. If you look at classic Druids, they're sort of masters of nature, modifying, vines, brambles, those kinds of things.
The design team really wanted our Druid to feel overpowered. So all of their animal transforms, they wanted them to feel extra hefty.
Druid taps into the forces of nature, and with that energy, they're able to unleash their ability. That's why we came up with a new resource for the Druid.
They have this raw power they don't necessarily have full control over.
The reason for that is because of the unstable power of nature that the Druid is channeling. We decided to go in a direction of kind of concentrated coolness, where we stripped the elemental focus for the Druid down to they wield fire and earth, and they do it in a very destructive way.
From an audio perspective, it's an absolute treat because we get to explore so many different types of skills and sound. That was the biggest challenge, is what is the sound of this naturalistic magic, this animalistic magic? And it was a question that started immediately and I didn't have an answer for. And I love starting there because it means we get to explore stuff we've never done before. And we explore that from a lot of different angles. So at WB, we had them record a lot of tree branches crunching, a lot of water textures and plant textures. I went out myself into the forest and recorded trees, and I just processed the hell out of it for like a couple weeks straight, and it was totally unhinged. Once we had that sound, I knew that Druid was really coming together and really coming to its own.
The personality needed to hit specific marks. They needed to be tough and resilient, but also with a sense of humor and that kind of quirkiness that only people who live the hermit lifestyle have.
We really also like the idea of adding some sort of duality. We have inserted a lot of details into the Druid's design that deliberately makes them feel asymmetrical. Now, when you view their silhouette from one side, is the silhouette of a human, but when you view it on the other side, is the silhouette of a bear Also, they have this face paint that is only on one side of their face. They wear these claws that they have fastened to their gauntlets on their left-hand side. And then they have these very intricate tattoos all over their right arm.
So the tattoo that the Druid has is very unique to align with the heritage of each individual Druid. We took inspiration from the Old Irish Ogham language and way of writing, and we used that as the inspiration to create a lineage, basically a history that's right there on the Druid's skin.
I'm really excited to see what players achieve with the Druid.
The Druid that we worked on for Diablo Immortal captures the absolute magic and essence of all of my favorite classes in Immortal.
I really hope that for people who are new to Diablo and people who've been playing Immortal for years, that they see this and it is resonant with exactly what they want from a Druid: savage, primal, unchained.